let's say about approximately 10 people canceled this in the last 2 to 3 days. Now, that's fine because we have a smaller group, which is wonderful. It's more intimate and it's going to be a lot of fun. But what do you think that could mean? It's a confronting issue, isn't it? Relationships. I mean, I talked to, maybe 100 people, 150 people about this seminar. And it's just very interesting because it's an area of our life that we want so bad. And if your relationships aren't working, really, you're not going to have a fully fulfilled life, right? I mean, we can have love from our children, it's so wonderful, and from our pets, and work can be, really, but work can be fulfilling, and we can be super successful and achievement-oriented, and everything in our life is great, but if we don't have a fulfilling relationship in our life, then we're probably not going to be happy, right? I mean, would you say so? And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be an intimate relationship if that's not what you want. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I would venture to say that most people that are here do want that. So that's why we're here. Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. Jenny, Ron. Nice to meet you. No, it's all right. It's all right. We have a small group, which is good. So, this is a subject that I'm very, very passionate about, and I've been so excited about this information and bringing this to you for weeks. I've been working on it and just making sure that I have covered every base and I have everything that I can to bring to you because it's a personal issue of mine. A personal, well, everybody has this issue, but it's a kind of one of my strengths, well, yeah, strengths, and it's been something I've been working on my whole life. And let me give you some background on my situation. My mom was married 5 times, and twice to my father. So, like that, like it didn't work the first time, let's do it again, right? Maybe it'll work this time. But, growing up, relationship to me seemed that, I didn't want one. I don't want to get married. And my mom would always tell me, never depend on a man for anything. Don't get married. It's awful. So growing up, relationships, it just seemed like, maybe I just don't need one. They don't seem to work and make people happy. So then I got married when I was 20. Actually, I was about 19 in the Marine Corps. And that didn't work. He turned out to be very violent and, very abusive and violent. And I had to call the police a couple times, and so I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this again. I don't want to do it 5 times like my mom did, but I want to do it once and just forever, make it a forever thing, right? So I got married when I was about 26. I found the man of my dreams, and it was, blissful. It's like I knew I could see myself with this guy forever. Right, Miriam? She knows. She's been with us for like, I don't know, what, 15, 17 years. So, and I knew it. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the guy. Totally in love.
She was my icon.
Well, why? Because then I started going to work on relationships. I've got to figure this thing out. I want my marriage to last. I want this to work. I want it to be great. And right away, it wasn't great. We had problems. We had issues. So then I said, okay, I'm going to enroll myself in every course and read every book and do everything I can to have a great marriage. And that's what I did. I studied and studied. I've been studying transformation, personal transformation for over probably 25 years. And so I went to work on it. I said, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make it great. And after about 5 or 6 years, I found out that he was cheating on me. There was infidelity. And I'm like, that's okay. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. I'm in love with him. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to work it, right, Miriam? Work on it. And we did a really good job for a long time. I stayed for another 6 years. And finally, we chose to call it quits. Or actually, I did. But you know, what's interesting about this whole scenario is that looking back, and I tell this to my clients all the time, anybody that comes into my office that has an issue with their marriage, looking back, we could have done something with the information that I have now and the knowledge that I have now, because I've studied a lot more since then, I've learned a lot more since then, I've got new techniques, new tools that I didn't have before, and even he said the same thing. But the good news is I was able to create a phenomenal divorce and an amazing relationship with him. So our kids say all the time, it's not even like you're divorced, because we're all like one big happy family. So that's the good news, is we have a great relationship, but both of us look back on it and say, we really, both of us could have done something more. So I have a very, very special passion for what I'm talking about tonight, because I've been there, and you know, currently I'm in a relationship. It's been about 4 years, and you know, you're going to hear all about this tonight and you know, what I've been through, but I'm taking the information that I've learned and I'm putting it to work in this relationship. Because, you know, many people, what they do with relationships, it's like Christmas presents, right? I don't like this, I don't like what I got, I'm going to go exchange it and get something else that I like. So then you exchange it, and now you've got this other guy or girl with a whole new set of problems and issues that many times are equally as difficult to deal with, right? Everybody agree with me? I mean, it's like we have this fantasy, oh, there's this perfect person out there for me. They're there. I know they're there. You know, and it's interesting because they're really not. They're really not. And when you go from relationship to relationship, then you notice that all you do is, it's like everybody's got a backpack full of issues, right? And you just go and you trade in a guy with one backpack for a guy with another backpack, or girl. That's all you do. Different stuff in it. So what I'd like to do tonight is, you know, whether you're in a relationship now or you're not in a relationship, it doesn't matter, because what you're going to learn this evening is going to be incredible tools and skills that you can use in your life with really any relationship. But also, these tools and these skills are meant to save marriages, transform people so they can get into successful relationships and have everything they've ever wanted, and they work because they've been proven.